Hello, welcome back to Anno 1800, where the points don't matter and everybody wins. More or less, hopefully, maybe. I wanted to do a little bit of a possibly shorter episode today, where we take a look at the layout of the industrial area. And the few changes now that we've got electricity. So we did that at the end of last episode. We got our train, our oil harbour up here, and our trains feeding a power plant down here for a fair chunk of our industrial stuff. We moved a few things down. We've paused a couple of our spots, a couple of our businesses, removed a few to cut back on it. It's like our schnapps factories over here, that sort of thing. We got rid of 2 because we didn't need them. We're doubling up. Same with our work clothes over here as well. All that. So what I want to do is kind of take another look at this, that I've sort of thought about what we've got. There is a lot of people online that kind of say the train situation can get a little bit wonky based on how they work. So I want to at least set it up so that we've got a good foundation, and maybe sort of readjust this island a bit now that we have a bit more room to play with. So we did remove our industrial stuff up here and some stuff down to here. We have a second oil refinery that we can get going. So we've got our first one. I've done one track leading from this refinery that comes up, it splits and then goes up to the harbour or along to here. It does seem to actually keep the trains, like obviously we've got one train over here and one over here. So it does seem to keep it all pretty, ticking along nicely. So we've got 74 there. Let's see what the harbour's at, 240. So it does seem to go well. What do I want to account for is another power plant in here, and then also a fuel station over here for the farms. The tricky part is we'll probably need parallel tracks for this here, because it'll be supplying the 2 power plants and the fuel station. To make that work, if we come over here, we can actually remove this warehouse because we don't actually need it there anymore. The first thing that we need, I do have a refiner in here, so she's actually boosting the trade. Affects all oil wells productivity plus 20%. So we can build this. We've got enough money. Yep, enough workers. So we'll pop that down. We will run the tracks for this one. We're going to go along. I actually don't think we need the road for the trade union. I don't think that's actually affects the usability of it. So come up to actually come up to there and then to there. I think one of the key points that I did see online was the fact that it's important to leave enough space leading to the building to account for the size of the train. So the problem is if you split the track right from the entrance, like when I tried this previously, I would split it right from here and go to parallel tracks and it wouldn't work. And the reason for that is there was not enough room
Does it all step into place?
for dynamo. Affects all production buildings? Oh wait, hold on, I need to double check that. Speaking of electricity, Maintenance cost plus 100%. Provides electricity. Explosion chance plus 70%. Wow. I mean, high risk, high reward. I can get behind that. So, yeah, we need to leave that that space there. Now that we've added this one in, I want to see if the trains still go. Click to jump to train. We've got it down there. Okay. So the trick that I did see on the wiki was they essentially, with the power stations, have it to the side of the tracks, either left or the right. They have the parallel tracks, and then those offshoot to the power plant. To do that, we're going to need a little bit of space through the middle here, and then obviously along and through here, because we're going to do it the same one here. What that does is you get the maximum chance for the trains to follow through, because obviously this train is going to go all the way from here all the way up to here. So to do that, we're probably going to make the split around about here, so that gives us enough room for the trains to go through, and we're going to essentially part the city as it was to give us room. What I am going to do is I'm actually going to take all the farmer buildings and I'm going to put them probably over here. And that's going to free up a lot of room. So we have our... we could maybe move the workers, but the fact that they need the school, and I've got the school there, I'm not too worried about that. But we can take essentially large... you know, large sections of the farm, and just pop them down here. So we might pop them over here, like that. We'll drop a market and a pub. So that their needs are met. Jump over and we'll grab the rest of them. We do have some worker housing to kind of worry about, so we'll do a little bit of a shuffle, a little bit of a movement. Just so we can make it happen. And then we can bring these ones over here like that. That's all good. So we'll grab this section here and we'll pop them over. So I don't think there's like really any point having that's probably too close. Any point having all of them intermingled so much at this stage in the game. We're going to grab these ones here and we'll pop them there like that. Have we got another resident quest? We do.
Will you work your magic for us? Grease the wheels, Governor.
8 tons of bricks. We should have... Yeah, we got plenty of bricks.
Got news?
Yes.
Cure.
We got a mason. Fix concrete factory. Okay. We could pop that up. And then we'll take these 3 and we'll just sit them there. Take these ones and bring them over. It's not quite, you know, well laid out and all that, but we will We will obviously reorganize this. We just want to move them out of the way for the moment until they're just to give us the space that we need. And we'll slot these ones, I guess, up here, and we'll just vertically chuck in a road for that one. There we go. So it's not perfect, but we'll redo our 10 by 10 squares and kind of get that sorted. It's not actually, it's a little bit eclectic. I don't mind it. Like, we could put some beautification in around spots. It does give it a bit of a like a farm settlement look. I don't mind it. What we're going to do here, we've now got this, so we'll just tidy up that there, that there, just run that road up. Any other roads we need to kind of, let's just run a road through there. I think that looks pretty good for the moment. So we want the tracks, and then we want a space in between, and then the tracks. That's the setup that I've seen. So that's the one that we will go with. So we're essentially going to pick up the entire city, and we're just gonna shift it. Whoop. Oh, no, that didn't work. Shift it upwards. And I'm going to make sure I grab all the roads to ensure we get... Okay, we're actually going to grab that little bit of the road there, but that's fine. Right, so we're going to do a gigantic shuffle. Now, I believe we only have to go one. The tracks will go one. Something just got demolished. I don't know what. It didn't look important, so we'll leave it. And then same thing, we're just going to pick up this. Unfortunately, we're going to get in the tracks of the oil refineries. Oh, actually, no, we could do it without getting the tracks. So we'll take this section, and we're going to shift it back one. And so you can see at the moment the tracks will be in the middle. They'll shift up one like so. We'll grab this section here, shift it down one, this section here, do that there, do that there, right. So then we'll, it's going to be probably actually better we put down the tracks first to make this work. In terms of the power plant, it's going to be either on here in this square or in this square. I'm going to assume it in this square here, and we're just going to move them out of the way, and the tracks will pop off, go into it. So if we grab the power plant, it'll be essentially here, and then the tracks will come up, through, and down. So we'll drag our tracks up to there. We'll drag these ones down. Whoop. Okay, it doesn't like that. I think there's a reason for that. So we're going to pop that there, and then what we can do is we can actually just delete the tracks through these sections here, like that. There we go. And then now we can come all the way down with our other half, like so. We'll come back. There we go. So we might connect that up there. I'm just going to check and see if anything's blocked. No, it's not. Okay, good, good. And is the oil harbour? It is full. And our train is apparently somewhere. I mean, it says it's in there, but... So that's what will happen. And then, yeah, we'll pop a power plant in there, and the tracks will come through both, into it, and then out and through both. And that'll give the maximum amount. So over in this one here, if we did it here, our double lines will actually pass through this section and go up to our... fuel station, and then we'll have the offshoots. So if we are to do that, this is going to get a little bit messy. But if we are going to do that, we'll need to move these up. At the very least, the tallow is going to go up. So factory can go over there. I don't know exactly where it will go, but the tracks are definitely going to run through this section here. So we sort of almost got our lines set up. So if you bring this down here, for example, and then you bring this one along here, there's our two sets of lines. And they will come down and along, and then come down and along. The only thing we have to do here is we'll have to move these bridges outwards to make room for the two bridges for the train tracks. And then we'll have to essentially move this road up, because one of the tracks will go along here. So we can actually put the rail line here, just as a bit of a placeholder, like that. And then they'll both come down here and along. So this will have to be brought up. I feel like it sounds a little bit confusing, but it does, it will come together. It's just, you know, we've got to take a little bit of time. I want to start planning it now because I feel like it's going to be harder to adjust the further down the track that we get. But the trains are going still at the moment, which is nice. Even with those bit of changes that we did, the trains are still moving. They're technically all connected up, but it's still working. I want to make sure it works, because the more I read today and yesterday online about getting the train set up and the issues people have with them, I was like, okay. The other major change is to reorganize some of our input outputs. So I just want to check. We are right. This is soap. So what was our soap? So it's 81. Wow. Okay. But we've got a solid income, and I don't want to rely on the soap production too much. We've brought it down down here. So if we were to remove some of our soap, we're at 6 tons. Our pig production is actually almost at capacity. It's very close, and that's because we got all these. So we can bring some of these down, like the slaughterhouses, and actually cut back on the ones we have, and we can get rid of this entire soap production here. The only way I think the best way, if we were to do it, is if we got the specialist that allows you to make soap from wood. So if we got her, then I think it would be a lot more viable. Workforce needed. Clay pits, okay. Because that'll make a huge difference. Expert planter is actually quite... we do already have one for the potato farm. I'm not quite sure which island she's on, but yeah, we're very close to tractors, so all fisheries maintenance, equipped in airships, right? Okay, nothing really bad. That's fine. Yeah, so unless we got her, if we do get her down the track, I'll probably ramp it up again. But I think for the moment, it's, you know, we'll save on money by not doing it. We'll bring down 2 of our slaughterhouses. We might just pop one there. And pop one there. That's obviously going to double it, so we can actually get rid of 2 and bring the 3rd down. I'm going to keep the 3rd because I want to make excess for the other islands. We are sending sausages to this island down here, so I think, yeah, so we're still over. The farms, we have too many. We should do 4 pigs. By 2 tons. Oh. Oof. Woof. Now that's the thing. That happens. Because we've got the fine feed yard here, so that's affecting all of these. I think...
What brings you here, Master?
We can't actually remove 1 farm. If I kind of, like, roughly sort of figure it in my head, I don't think we can remove one of the pig farms just because the numbers. 70% is really wonky. Like, it's odd. What I do want to do is take these cattle farms here and bring them up. So we can bring them... how far will that reach? if we put that there. Because they'll get the benefit from that. So we'll pop that, confirm that, because, whoops, one of the modules is missing, which we will just slot that in there, like that. Yeah, so they'll get the bonus from that.
Fire has been vanquished.
So we'll essentially be doubling the income of cattle, which is fine because I do want to account for tin can production becoming higher. And we can also send the canned food down to this island to supply to all the workers as a lifestyle need. And we'll actually get some decent money from that as well. So we could add that onto the ship with the sausages. The other one is the wool. At the moment, our wool production is a little bit higher. We really only have the extra farm to account for the sail makers. So what we'll do there, do we take...
New orders, Admiral.
Do we take one? Well, let's rotate you that way.
Now, here is a vital matter of Queen.
Fire safety poster. You know what? I will take that because that may come in handy at some point. Yeah, we'll grab this. I've got woodworkers here, but I may actually move them. So if we pop one there, we bring this other one, rotate it around. We'll actually put it there, and then the silo we'll put there and bring a road up. I'm going to bring you...
Please aid me as you promised, and dispel this nightmare.
She wants me to join the war against Anne Harlight. No.
Mountains move so suddenly
That's
and
a no. Soz, but
Ceasefire
that's
has ended.
a no. We'll just tidy up these here. So they're now benefiting from it. Can we... It's still at 13. Do they not benefit? They do. And this soap maker needs to move down here. Because obviously she'll affect the render works, soap factory, that sort of thing. Does that keep our pigs okay though? It does. The wall doesn't seem to have been affected all that much. But I wonder if that's because that's missing goods. No, that should account for that. So in theory, we should be able to get rid of that there. Like so. And we're basically just on par. Which is excellent. Good, good. Who do we have here? And framework news. We don't really need the sail makers, because every cycle we're getting sails, so we may as well just remove that for the moment. We've got our 2 concrete factories which are powering along nicely. The cannery is going well. We're actually importing goulash. Goulash. We're importing that through the docklands as well. Now we have these here. Okay, so that's tied it up a little bit. We've basically got rid of a whole bunch of industry. We actually gained about $1,000 on our 1,000 coins on our balance there just by doing that. Still missing grain there. It's slowly coming in. We could probably tidy this area a little bit more, but I'm not too worried about it. Well then, with these houses here, we'll grab the ones in the middle and we'll just pop them over there. That kind of frees up those middle sections to give us those beautification options as well, which I'm pretty excited to get onto. I think the one that I'm most excited about is the fact that we've got the industrial zone pack, because that gives a lot of train options. Although I actually have to get rid of the roads and that sort of thing. We can kind of do it around here and then sort of build up this area. So I'm pretty excited about doing that. That does remind me, we don't actually need these roads here for that. So we do have a bit of room here for expansion, which is nice. There's actually a lot of free space around that we've gained back with the implementation of
Our cruise was just as full as last time.
electricity. We'll keep the bakeries there for the time being as placeholders, and we'll keep the brewery so that if we want to supply other islands, we can. We can move a flour mill and bring that down here to benefit from electricity. Yeah, kind of in this area. Let's say there. Bread shortage in Grace. Oh, right. I'm not actually.
Published truths I can be proud of.
I have set these to -70. Oh, sorry. Well, sorry, 270 -30. We bring them back up. This one's going to double, so it's going to be a 15-second turnaround. So 4 a minute. Now, if we go to our... so we only need the one to fulfill our needs. So if we remove those 2, we'll double check that on flour. Yep. So we've again got... I mean, we've got a huge amount of our workforce back by doing that. I might actually put it... no, I'll leave it there for the moment. We'll kind of keep slowly working on it. Now, unfortunate thing is the fur dealer is well and truly speeding ahead. I do find that can be a problem, even though it smashes through production. That will sometimes drop down before it can get filled up with more fur. I don't know why. I'm wondering if that's more of a transit, like in transport issue. What is that cart doing? The cart's just chilling. Okay. Odd. Right. Yeah, very happy with how this has turned out. There's certainly more room for improvement, but I just wanted to do the short episode where I just kind of go over that specifically. I just got a bit inspired today after watching a few videos and that sort of thing. We may actually have to bring these up to then put these over, because the tracks are actually going to come down along here. So we'll that'll fill in that space. We do have enough to do it. So if we actually bring it along to there, and then we bring it down, we then need to find the point at which the tracks go along the bottom. So the first is actually, I'm just going to pop it there. And then this top one, so this is the top track, and then we have the bottom. It will go along here. And so the bottom will be on the outside of the roads. The top will be on the outside of the roads, and the bottom will be on the inside. And then we come along to that one there. So then the case will be that the track will pop up through and into it. Again, probably sounds a little bit confusing, but it will make sense when it comes together. So this section will be removed back to here. It will connect to there, and then will come up instead, leaving enough room for the actual length of the train. Otherwise, that's what causes blockages. And then vice versa on this side. It'll actually probably come along and connect to there. Yeah. We will probably actually be very close to being full. So at the moment, this is going to give us the equivalent of... Can we check? It should be... What does oil come under? I don't know what it comes under. So we're effectively at double. So you need 3, which counts as 6, to fulfill a power plant. And we've turned 5 into 10. So we can basically support, with this here, we can support another power plant, but that's it. That's the capacity. Or no, I didn't. Plus 20% to 4, 6, 8. Sorry, we've turned 5 into 6. Well, it's getting very confused there. We've turned 5 into 6. So if we want to, we could support one more power plant. But we do need the fuel station. So the excess fuel is going to come in from the New World. We have our oil springs here, so we've got quite a few. What have we got? 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait. 9. Yeah, we got 9. The way we're going to do that is we're going to have our oil harbour actually here. We can actually build it, but I'm going to plan it out instead, because we don't have the steel. But that's going to go there, and our oil springs, yeah, we're not going to get all of them. That's unfortunate. So best bet is to just commit to getting at least these ones, and these ones.
This fire has ended.
Grab those there. So we'll have all those. The tracks will also come up together and come all the way down to here. They'll fill that up, and then a oil tanker will pop them over to the old world.
I wouldn't ask if I could do it myself. Do this for me. See?
Find and collect crocodiles. Alright. Because they usually end up wandering around the streets, as they do. Actually, we'll leave. They'll get a little bit sidetracked. But yeah, that's how we'll run that. They'll bring a shipment over. From there, that kind of gives us a few more options. I do want to... we do have this industrial area here, which is all about steel beam and weapons production. Definitely increasing that with... electricity to either make it larger or to increase the efficiency, one or the other. It kind of depends. Obviously, if we can ramp up production, that would be great. But making it more efficient would be, you know, just as viable. There's also an iron deposit there, which is handy because the coal mine over here is actually getting affected by the power plant, or it was. No, that's right. I wanted to see if it could reach. But yeah, it just falls short. That's right. Oh. Let's see. Ah, it does reach. Just got to do a little bit of extra roadage. But yeah, there is that as well. So this coal mine's getting affected. We're going to get an excess of coal. The iron mine on the other one will get affected, hopefully. So we could also even do a limestone deposit there. But yeah. So the next step will be to get to steam motors and the fuel line. And from there we can build that out, which will be pretty exciting. So, and then obviously tidy up. But yeah, cheers for stopping in. This is just a short one where I go over kind of that change there. I want to focus a bit on that. What I might do for the next episode is actually do a bit of beautification, because we've kind of let that slide a little bit. And the production's, I think it's fine. I know there's a lot of things popping up around, running out of goods, but it's okay. We're all good. We're all good. It's the red things are not bad. But yeah, we might do a bit of beautification next episode to tidy up a few different things. But yeah, have an awesome rest of the week, and I will catch you next time. Bye.